Hi. One of the easiest ways to get into recording video lessons is to use a program that, as teachers, we're all familiar with, which is PowerPoint. If I show you how we can do this using an example from a PowerPoint I was using for teaching my Year 10 class at the end of the summer term. This is the PowerPoint. I've prepared it all in advance and now I want to add some narration, some explanation to it. If I click on the slideshow menu, I then have the option of recording the slideshow. So if I click on that button, it now gives me a presenter view of PowerPoint. So I can see the slide I'm talking about, which is the big one. I can also see the sequence of slides that's coming up. You'll notice the timer is running at the top of the main slide there, both for the current slide and the overall presentation. As this is running, PowerPoint is recording the amount of time you're going to spend on any individual slide. It also records the narration that you might want to put over each of these slides, and it'll also record through the internal camera an image of your face to give it a slightly more personal touch. So as you click through the slideshow, you'll see that the current slide timer is running again, and we've got the overall time for the presentation shown in the top left. And we can keep working through this till we get to the end of our presentation, bearing in mind the things that make a good video lesson. The downside to this, I suppose, is that it's much more difficult to edit than using other screen capture software. However, if you do make a mistake on narrating one slide, there is a redo button here. So if I press redo, it restarts that slide, press play again, and I'm off and I can narrate this particular slide. When I've finished with my presentation, I can then click End Show. It then gives me the opportunity to save my timings and my narration. Okay. So if I now click on this, I can now save this particular presentation. Having saved this, I can now save it in another format. Now, it is possible with the versions of PowerPoint that you have to export this or to save it as an MP4 or a movie file. Unfortunately, my version of PowerPoint doesn't give me that option. But you can create a video file that can be uploaded onto YouTube and then viewed universally. This way of creating movie files perhaps isn't quite as slick as using screen capture software, and it certainly gives you much fewer editing options. However, as a quick and easy way of generating video lessons, in a format that can be accessed universally, using software that, as teachers, I think we'll all have access to, it's a very easy way in to creating what I think is a very powerful teaching tool.